Joining us, our first guest from Fairport boys lacrosse, the defending champs. They've had to wait a while to say that. They're going to get a chance at the semifinals noon in Fairport. Fairport boys lacrosse coach Mike Torrelli in his 89th season. I'm sorry, what 18? I think it's 18th season.
18, like I think 18. I think.
And also joining us, Connor Fundis and Kole Stuver, two of the leaders of this Fairport group that's going to try to repeat. And Coach Torrelli, just if you could reflect back over the past 14 months, how fortunate do you even feel that these guys have a season?
Very. This has been about as bizarre and crazy of a time that, we've all gone through. It's amazing to me. Back in September, I would have never thought that we would have been able to play this spring, with the guidelines and the restrictions and, lacrosse being a high-risk sport. It didn't look like they were going to release that, and that was going to happen. When winter sports started in January, then I kind of started to feel that maybe we had a shot at some point. Definitely would be a reduced, shortened season, but that it's better than what we got last year. Last year we got 6 practices in and then done. And I feel really bad for that group of seniors, and there's really nothing we can do. But this year's group definitely wanted to try to figure, how can we do this and stuff. What happened in 20, we can't go back and fix, can't change, and so our focus was on what we were going to be able to do in 21.
Let me set up the semifinals. I did a poor job to start. We could probably mention in our open, Steve, but it's top-seeded Fairport against 4-seeded Hilton. The cadets are 8-9. It's a rematch from May 26th, which your team won, Coach Torrelli, 17-6. And then the other semifinal is the second-seeded McQuaid Knights, who you dodged in overtime this year, against Pittsford, certainly an East Side rival for you. The Panthers are 8-6. Steve Bradley, what do you have for these gentlemen here and our young men?
Well, I was going to start with Connor on the defense. You both were on that 2019 team that went to the state finals, and as players in a game where lacrosse is so much about flow and repetition and wall ball and just getting your reps in, how difficult, Connor, has it been for you getting to the start of the season, and how rewarding has it been just to take the field and have this opportunity?
It was definitely difficult, not having a season last year, because some of the underclassmen didn't have that year to kind of learn from the seniors last year and learn the schematics and stuff like that. But it's definitely rewarding now at this point in the season, seeing how much the kids have grown and how the team has grown and how much we're playing together as a team and how everyone's all in for one another and everyone cares about each other so much.
Kole, how about you? I know your older brother Clay was a standout. You had a chance to play with him. Your dad was a really good player. What does lacrosse mean to you, and how special was it for you to have this chance?
Very special. Felt bad for my brother and all of his friends last year. No season. Hoping we can get it done for them this year. But it means the world to me to get out there and play with my friends, my boys. And yeah, that's it.
A great way to go out, guys. I know, Kole, you are first on the team in assists with 21, right among the leaders in goals with 19. Rob Crowley, one of your classmates, 23 goals to lead the team, and sophomore Jackson Monty with 20 goals, 18 assists. Trey Terzo, 17 and 10. Coach Torrelli, what are the strengths of this group? Where have they gotten better as the season's gone on?
I would say the strength has been our team. They've really worked hard as a group, to understand the importance of what they want to accomplish. I think sometimes, we had a loss at St. Joe's. And I'll be honest with you, I think that was a good loss for us. I think it woke us up a little bit about playing with enthusiasm and excitement and playing for each other. And, since then, we've played at a little bit of different speed and level. I always look at losses as opportunities to grow. Sometimes it's hard to look at wins to be able to get something out of them. But that loss and that bus trip home, I think, kind of resonated with the boys a little bit. And they realized that we're going to do this, and we're only going to be able to do it as a team. And if we don't buy into being together, then this isn't going to happen. And I think that's what's kind of turned around. A light switch went off, and I wish I could tell you that it was me, but it's not, or our coaches. I think our kids just decided that, you know what, we've been listening to coach all season talk about how important this is. Well, we didn't come to play on that game, and we need to do a better job.
So Connor, building on what Coach said, Jeff mentioned the last game with Hilton. You guys got the big lead early and, took care of business right away. How do you make sure that you and your teammates avoid a letdown today?
I think we just got to come out and play together, play as a team, and play with intensity, and it'll take care of itself. I think biggest thing is we just got to play together.
Kole, you had 3 goals and 4 assists that day. Jackson had 4 and 2, and Trey had 1 and 2. So the guys that do all the scoring did all the scoring that day. Anything about Hilton that concerns you? Anything you bring to the table, speed or size? Anything that's something you guys have to look forward to at noon today?
Just what Connor said. If we play our game, I'm not worried at all. But if we don't come out firing and hot, then anything can happen in these playoffs. So just gotta hope we come out blasting.
Coach Torrelli was shaking his head. What do you think of the Cadets, Coach Torrelli?
Listen, right now, there's 4 teams left. We have beaten the other 3 teams, and the challenge is going to be for us to understand that what happened the first time does not matter now. It has nothing to do with the regular season. This is postseason, and anything can happen, and we have to come and be prepared. Hilton's I know they're gonna come prepared. They're athletic. They're well coached. They have athletes. They're a little young, but again, sometimes that being young is not a bad thing because you really don't have to come in and worry about anything. They have nothing to lose tomorrow, and that's I think what they're going to come in with, and they're going to play hard. They're very athletic and they can be physical. And again, I'll take my hat goes off to their coaching staff too. They do an incredible job. They're very well coached, and so if we are not ready, that's going to be on me. And but we'll be ready. We'll be ready.
Like Jeff's touched on the offense a little bit. I'm more of a defense and possession guy. Tell me about your defense and also the face-off X. Who's getting the job done for you to get you those possessions and to get you those stops? For Mike.
For me,
Yeah.
Joey Gigi's been outstanding all year for us at the face-off X. You look at a couple games and really, Victor and Penfield have really 2 outstanding face-off guys, and he held his own. But in every other game, he has given us the ball and the opportunity to have more possessions. Defensively, we have gotten better and better and better as the year has gone on. I think we're playing our best defense right now, which is important at the end of the season. And I also think, McLean Ralston, our goalie, has really stepped up this year and has become a tremendous leader in the goal, but not just in the goal, but just in his ability to lead our defense. And we've worked really hard at that end of the field. And, that's an end that from 2019, we lost a lot of guys. And we had a handful back at that end of the field, replaced goalie, 3 other defensemen. So these guys have worked hard to get better and better and better there. And I'm pleased with where we are defensively. Very pleased.
Connor and Kole, you're both seniors?
Yep.
All right. Connor, you're going to Albany. Congrats, solid program. Congrats on that. Kole, do you know where you're going next?
Cortland.
Cool. Both great programs. What sold you on Albany, Connor?
Main thing was just the coaching staff. The coaches at Albany are, they're very special people, great guys. And another thing was the amount of Section 5 guys that go to Albany. Kind of knowing people when I get there was kind of a cool thing.
Is Big Blaze, was he a Fairport guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That goal I think he was on Sports Center, right? And Kole, how about you with Cortland? What do you want to do? Do you want to major in teaching or education?
Yeah, so I'm going to Cortland to play lacrosse and major in physical education.
Great.
And what made me choose there is my brother's going there actually next year, and my dad was an alum there. I know a lot of people at Cortland, so closer to home.
4 years.
You're right. You can take my job when I'm done.
Great minds. I was just going to say 4 years. You come back and replace Torrelli. Nice, tidy 22 years. Mike, check me if is Randy Garrett the only guy that coached this program before you?
Randy was there were 4 coaches total. The originator of the program was Jim Slazarski.
Okay.
And then 1 year, Jim Nowak was the coach, kind of in between Jim and Randy. And then Randy was the head coach. And I've been fortunate that I've had the opportunity as an assistant coach to work under Randy for 15 years, and that mentorship and that I think doesn't happen as much anymore. You get a lot of young coaches in, and they haven't had the time or the experience to work with someone, and that's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal. Let's be honest. I mean, high school athletics is much different than it was when I first started. And the pressure now compared to what it was years ago is very different. There's all the club programs, everything going on, just makes it a challenge. And if you're not ready for it, then you could be in trouble. But I was fortunate, very fortunate.
Jeff, a little trivia about these two guys. They've known each other, Connor and Kole, since they went to daycare together. They're probably 1 or 2 years old, and so they have this tight bond. My kids also went to the same daycare. We got to give a shout out to Nancy Cranch, but so Big Connor, as he was known when all that time ago. What do you love about lacrosse?
Just the speed of the game. I think the intensity. I mean, it's a blast. I just love it.
Kole, how about you? Would you rather score a goal or have a fancy assist?
Kole.
A fancy assist, I think, would be my answer. Yeah, rather have a fancy assist.
What would it mean for you guys to go out with a title? Connor or Kole, you doing?
I mean, everything. I mean, to not have a season last year, and the seniors that we both were so close to that didn't have a chance to get it, to have a run at the sectional championship and the state championship, I think it'd mean the world that kind of for our class, and then kind of on behalf of them to go out and win it for them,
especially at home.
And get one for the thumb, for that meaty thumb of Mike Torrelli. He's got 4 titles. I think he needs one for the thumb. So.
All right. All right.
I wish you guys the best of luck. Noon today at Fairport. It's the Hilton Cadets at Fairport. And then McQuaid will host Pittsford. What time is that game, Mike?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Okay. So no scouting for you. Just video
Nope.
wise. All right. Fairport Red Raiders, thanks for being on our program. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having us, as always.
Best of luck to you guys, Connor and Kole.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we'll take our first break. You're listening to and watching the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show, brought to you by Salvatore's Pizza.